right now at 5.
Now that's the way you put on a show.
Are you ready to rodeo? We're live with all the action. Find out what message security wants visitors to know. And the latest on the oil spill near Refugio State Beach, how some businesses are feeling the harmful effects of the accident. And a push to save a second chance program for Lucia Mar students, what you can do to keep hope alive. KCOY 12 Central Coast News at 5 starts right now.
Live from the largest news team on the Central Coast with important local coverage. This is KCOY 12 Central Coast News at 5 o'clock.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Scott Hennessy.
And I'm Paula Lopez. We begin tonight with the Elks Rodeo, the annual event in full swing with thousands of people coming to the event.
With so many people heading into Santa Maria this weekend, security teams are on hand. Let's begin our coverage with Natalie Tavidian live at the Elks Rodeo Dispatch Center to show us how things work behind the scenes. Natalie, last year there were a few brawls that broke out that kept security busy.
Yep, Scott, I'm inside the dispatch center right now, and it's all about communication in here. It's really important that all these agencies are able to speak with each other, from emergency to police to the private security here. And this is where all the communication happens, and this is how they're able to keep people safe. And earlier today, I took a tour of the rodeo grounds, and I went with Central Coast Public Safety. They have a lot of grounds to cover, from making sure that everyone going through security is safe to making sure that all the overnight campers stay safe, and they tell us so far things are going pretty smoothly.
We had several fights last year that we took care of, but we had sheriffs on site, CHP assists us, probation, parole, Santa Maria PD, city park rangers for Santa Maria. So everybody was here keeping it safe.
And by everybody, that includes 15 officers each day and night. You'll see 4 sheriff's deputies, both on foot and on horses. People cannot bring in anything that could hurt someone. Leave those stuff at home. And this is a huge event. The Santa Maria Elks are one of the biggest in the country, we're told. And the arena can hold up to, thousands of people. Now, coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, we're going to talk to some of the campers out here that are staying here overnight and what they're telling us about security. So definitely communication is key right here, and it's been pretty quiet here, and that's actually a good thing. Live in Santa Maria, Natalie Tavidian, KCOY 12 Central Coast News.
Thanks, Natalie. Also at the Elks Rodeo, you'll find many of the top competitors in the nation in all the categories like bull and bronc riding, barrel racing, and steer wrestling. This year, there's a couple of cowboys who are giving the rodeo a big twist. Dave Alley is live with that story.
Yeah, hi, Scott. We're at our favorite place, the VIP Lounge. It's a place where you can find food and drink and a great place to watch all the rodeo action. Now, in just a short while, fans are going to pack this place like they did last night and catch a great performance. Now, when they do, they're going to see a grand finale that where horsepower there takes on a whole new meaning.
Get ready for some high flying.
They are the Flying Cowboys. And they bring a little something different to the rodeo.
We do freestyle motocross, so it's pretty cool. Dirt bikes flying through the air and gymnastics on the bikes.
This is gonna get good.
Riding a steel horse, these cowboys experience the ultimate 8-second ride.
We bring out the dirt bikes, go 75 feet, with 35 to 40 feet in the air, and doing backflips and letting go of the bike in the air.
Outrageous what these guys can do.
What they're doing is thrilling crowds, even those who may be skeptical at first.
The crowds always love it because they're not expecting to see dirt bikes at rodeos.
It's motorcycles, and they don't think they really go hand in hand, but you know, a lot of the crowd likes it. We get great reactions from the crowd.
The guys say the reaction from the crowd is the same no matter what age, from young to old. They are all amazed.
We go flying 35 feet through the air, and they're like, whoa. So, you know, it's really cool. People like it. We scare every single mom out there, so that's pretty fun.
Now that's the way you put on a show.
Which is exactly what the Flying Cowboys do each night.
We love to do it, and we just get like a high off it. You know, it's awesome.
Hey, hey, hey.
It's about stoking the crowd out. They come out and spend their hard-earned money, so it's cool to get back to them and just shred up for them and have fun riding.
The Flying Cowboys, they close out the show each and every night. So a little bit different, as you saw there, for a rodeo, but the fans absolutely love it. Matt Biden, by the way, who we saw there, a 4-time gold medalist at the X Games. In fact, he's going to leave for the X Games in Austin, Texas in just a couple of days. Those games begin on Thursday. We certainly wish him a lot of luck. Looks like he'll certainly be one of the medal favorites there with those skills. Reporting live in Santa Maria, Dave Alley, KCOY 12, Central Coast News.
What a way to end the rodeo each night. Dave, thank you.
Well, we have new information tonight in the Santa Barbara oil spill. Take a look at this map we're going to put up right now. It is tracking where oil has been spotted along the coast. The red right there is where there's a heavy presence of oil. Yellow and green are light oil, and blue is no oil at all. Here are the latest details on the recovery efforts. More than 900 people are working on the beach and in the water. Tar balls recovered on Ventura County beaches have been recovered and will be tested to see if they're coming from the spill. A team of divers from UC Santa Barbara was in the water yesterday looking for oil that settled on the seafloor, and they found it.
These are oils that are very adhesive. They're Monterey crude oils. They have a high level of adhesiveness to different materials. So coming out on the beach, you would expect that some of this material will stick to sand, and that sand acts as a form of ballast that can bring the oil down to the seafloor. So all along, we've suspected that some amount of this oil may have submerged to the seafloor.
Experts say they will remove anything they can without disrupting or digging up the seafloor.
Some Santa Barbara businesses are starting to feel the effects of the Refugio oil spill. Business has slowed down at Stardust Sport Fishing near the harbor. The company takes people on fishing trips all along the Santa Barbara Channel. Many folks are canceling their trips because they're concerned that the fish they're catching are unhealthy. Jamie Diamond, who's the owner at Stardust, says the company has not witnessed any tainted fish or oil on their boats. They also aren't fishing anywhere near the oil spill.
We're going further up the line, closer towards Point Conception, to an area called San Augustine. It's a longer run. It's a little less fishing time for our anglers, but the quality of fish is great, and it's above the spill, so we don't have any of that downwash.
For the first time in 20 years, Stardust is offering 2 different boats for twice the opportunity to fish.
Time now for our first check on the weather. Here now is KCOY 12 meteorologist Jason Stiff in the First Alert Weather Center. Jason.
We had about every different kind of temperature you could have today. Pismo Beach only rose to 58 degrees. It was 66 in Lompoc, 69 in Santa Maria, 95 in Paso Robles, and we reached the 70s and 80s around Santa Barbara, San Luis Obispo, and Santa Ynez. Is an area of high pressure now located over California and Nevada. It's still allowing more of the marine layer to push on shore, so we have not seen the end to our May gray, even though May is almost over itself. June gloom is going to be right around the corner, too. Already more clouds are pushing on shore, and you can see on Futurecast, we'll expect more of that along the Central Coast for tonight and tomorrow morning, especially from areas around Napomo southward past Lompoc. So expect the low clouds and fog again tonight and tomorrow. Lows will be mild. Most everyone staying in the lower to mid-50s. Stay tuned. I'll have your forecast for the last weekend of May and the first week of June coming up in just a few minutes.
Motorcycles in California may soon be allowed to weave between cars and bumper-to-bumper traffic. It's called lane splitting, and while some are applauding the move to make it legal, others say it's just too dangerous. The state assembly has approved a bill allowing the bikers to lane split as long as they do so at speeds below 50 miles an hour and no faster than 15 miles per hour when cars are stalled next to them. Many states have laws that specifically ban it, but California could be the first to make it legal. Gary Hartgen has been riding motorcycles since he was 15. He thinks lane splitting is a good thing if it's done carefully.
I see a lot of people driving too fast, splitting traffic. They don't give the drivers in the cars time to react to them going by them, and that's when the accidents happen.
The lane splitting bill now heads to the state Senate. Tonight at 6, we talk to a driver who isn't so sure it's a good idea.
Some disappointing news for folks in Morro Bay. There won't be a fireworks show this 4th of July. The volunteer team that raised funds and organized events in years past has disbanded, and a new group couldn't be recruited in time. Don't worry, though. The city of Morro Bay will still hold an Independence Day celebration, albeit without the fireworks. The fireworks show may resume next year. The hands-on parenting education program, also known as HOPE, offers teenage parents a second chance when it comes to finishing school. Organizers are getting ready for their annual fundraiser to continue providing academic and life skills services for teenage parents in the Lucia Mar Unified School District. It's happening tomorrow night from 7 to 10 at Kreutzberg Coffee Company in San Luis Obispo. The fundraiser will have live music and a silent auction featuring donations from local businesses and artwork from students in the program.
And these young people are part of our community, they're part of our future, and we just believe that education is the great equalizer, so we want to support that.
Tickets can be purchased at the door. The fundraiser for Lucia Mar, which represents the 5 cities area, will benefit nearly 60 students in the program.
Groundbreaking for a new performing arts center at Pioneer Valley High School will start next week. Here is a look at a rendering of what the building will look like. It's estimated to be more than 16,000 square feet. It will include 3 classrooms and a stage. The project is expected to cost $9.6 million. Construction is slated to be completed within the next 14 months. Well, it's a big step for U.S. and Cuban relations. Cuba now taken off the nation's blacklist. What this will mean for the future, that's coming up next.
And new information in the Dennis Hastert controversy. Who did the former House Speaker give hush money to? The story is ahead.
Live, Scott Hennessy, Paula Lopez, and meteorologist Jason Stiff. KCOY 12 Central Coast Local News. Live at 5.